Back now at 8:41, and more studies are showing just how much a poor night's sleep affects our brains. We're pretty good examples of this some mornings.
This is true. These are the stories we never like to report on, right? 9 News medical expert Dr. Payal Kohli joins us now to explain more. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. I'm worried for you guys.
I know.
You always are, I feel like.
We're worried for ourselves too. All right, so how is sleep linked to our brain health, and what are the brain functions that happen during sleep?
Oh, so many things happen during sleep. So one of the most important things that happens is we make our memories. So we actually get smarter when we sleep because we're consolidating our memories and
I
any
can't remember anything.
Now you know why.
Oh, man.
Next, the lymphatic system. So this is kind of the garbage system of the brain. So it comes in and clears up any junk, accumulation, anything else that's happened. And then third, you actually help sort of repair cell damage. So people who've had brain tumors, neurodegenerative diseases, what have you, all of that happens when we're sleeping.
So what do these studies find when it comes specifically to poor sleep affecting our brain?
It was very interesting. It was a longitudinal study, which means it looked out for 15 years, and it took about 589 adults, and these were adults around the age of 40, so younger adults. And what they did is they have them use a scoring system to decide what poor sleep characteristics they have. So these sleep characteristics included the short sleep duration, bad sleep quality, difficulty falling asleep, daytime sleepiness, waking up early in the morning. And if you had 2 to 3, your brain age was 1.6 years older on average, based on a scan 15 years later. And if you had more than 3, it was actually 2.6 years older. So we're prematurely aging our brains if we don't have all these sleep characteristics. And the first thing, of course, that I did was calculate how many sleep characteristics I had. And mine are at 2. I'm not sure how many you guys have, but this was really eye-opening for me.
Depends on the day.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we are up there, though.
Yeah.
Especially sleep duration, I would say, for you, and then the early morning awakenings. Those are 2 right there.
I am glad we're talking about this, though, because I do feel like there's been a cultural shift where people almost brag about how little sleep they get, because it's kind of that rise and grind attitude where they're so busy or they have so much to do that they actually put themselves last.
Right.
And so I like that we're talking about this to remind yourself that your health matters.
It does. So aside from aging, what other risks does the brain have with poor sleep?
Alzheimer's is a big one. So poor sleep has been very closely linked to Alzheimer's dementia, which, you know, to be honest, one of my biggest fears as I get older is dementia. And I'm sure all of us feel the same way. So thinking about that, inflammation in the brain can be another huge one. And then, of course, as we talk about our mood disorders, a lot of us suffer from chronic depression, chronic anxiety, and such. All of these are linked to poor sleep quality. And exactly what Jordan said, even in my field as a physician, it's considered a badge of honor to not sleep.
Right.
And the less sleep you get, the sort of stronger you are, the more you're respected. And it actually needs to be flipped on its heads. We need to think about sleep as one of the most important pillars of health. I say there's always those 4 pillars: eat, sleep, exercise, and stress.
Absolutely.
And sleep is definitely one of those big ones.
I'm with you. Dementia is a fear of mine. We have a family history of that, so that's just one more reason I need to get some good sleep. For those who have our fear, and we all share that, what can we do to protect our brains?
So I would say first thing is calculate your score. So you know whether or not you have a target sign, you're chipping away at the sleep quality. And once you've done that, really that 7 to 9 hours, you have to prioritize every single night. And I don't mean, fasting during the week, sleeping only 5 hours and then sleeping 12 on the weekend.
Why are you looking at me? That is so me.
And to be fair, you do have a very busy schedule. I give that to you. You're hard chasing around kids.
With the kids and all that, I know. But at least the 7, try to hit every single night. And then try to avoid any alcohol or anything that affects your sleep quality around bedtime.
I have a question regarding that, because let's say you do have, let's use Corey as an example, because you have probably the busiest days between the two of us. Does the 7 hours have to be consecutive?
It doesn't have to be consecutive.
Okay.
Because the brain repair and all that other stuff that we talked about happens even during napping. Now, napping can disrupt your sleep architecture because you can wake up a little bit more groggy. So try to limit the duration of the naps to about 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's kind of the sweet spot. If you nap too long, it can kind of make you a little bit more paradoxically groggy. But really important to focus on the quality of sleep.
Yeah.
And that means that wind down period. A lot of us get in bed, we look at the screen, and then we expect to fall asleep right away. At least 30 minutes for your brain to sort of wind down, whether it's meditation, music, or whatever makes you relax.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend. That
I know.
Was so nice. I know. And that is so me, where I get like 4.5 during the week, and then on weekends, I think
You'll
I'm
try
just
to
so
catch
exhausted. I'll get like 10 to 12 hours.
But you're going to do better now, right?
I'm gonna try.
Because of brain aging.
Right. Girl, the aging,
Says-
the aging in
says it
general.
all.
Yes, truly. All right, you can find all of Dr. Kohli's appearances at 9news.com/Dr. Kohli. Thanks for coming in.
All right.